Hey guys, Rob64N here. Most of you know me from the forum. As you can see today, we're going to be talking about Boca bearings. This will be the first episode for the Redcat Rampage X Series 1/5 scale RC line of cars and trucks. In this episode, I will be removing and installing the bearings of the front and rear differentials of a Redcat Rampage XT. For this build, Boca bearings sent me a set of their ceramic hybrid bearings. I believe Boca calls them their ceramic lightning. The yellow seal bearings can handle extreme temps, harsh elements, and can also achieve higher RPMs. And since they are ceramic hybrid, these bearings are also lighter than their standard steel bearing. Now that you know a little bit more about the product that we're using today, I pulled one out of the package so you'll see a little closer view of it. You will notice the yellow seal on both sides. Inner and outer races are stainless steel. Boca also stamps their part number on the outside of the race. The yellow seal has very minimal contact on the inner race, creating less friction. The ceramic balls on the inside roll very smooth. Okay, so before we start the build, we'll go through and show you some tools that we're going to be needing today. I have here, you can pick these up at your local hobby shop, dynamite metric Allen drivers. You're going to need a 3mm, a 2.5mm, and a 2mm. Okay, to start with the removal of the diff, we first have to remove the lower screws that hold the case to the chassis itself, which I've already loosened them up, so we're going to pull these out. Remove your bumper. I've already got the rest of the screws already loosened up on here. You'll have to remove 2 screws out of the top plate. You'll also have to remove the 2 screws out of the left and right turnbuckles for the steering. Once you get all your screws out, you can simply pop your turnbuckles out of the steering holder itself. Remove the whole front suspension and diff case itself. Now we have is your front and your rear. We're also going to change the pinion bearing as well as the 2 side differential bearings. Now the rear pinion, you can remove your diff cup with a 3mm Allen driver. You'll notice in your top of your case, you got a long and a short screw. You'll have a longer boss on the left side, a shorter boss on the right side, so you'll know your longer screw goes in your left and your right is your short one. Then you have your 2 lower screws to hold your A-arm holder on. We'll remove these. Get these out of the way here. Remove your front A-arm holder. You then slide your dog bones out. Remove your front half of your case. They're a little snug. There's your differential. Now I am going to use a dry unit, a little bit quicker install and removal of stuff. Now your pinion, a lot of times they come from the factory with red Loctite on them, so they're not going to be really easy to twist off sometimes. So say grab a pair of pliers for one end of it. Now you gotta be gentle with the gear. Make sure that you don't nick the gear. This one's actually pretty loose. There's your pinion. Just one bearing on the back side. And use your pinion to put, you can actually use your pinion to pop the front bearing out. There's your front half. Now as for the pinion, we've already got the bearings out of the old case. Clean up our pinion here a little bit. Install the new bearing. Slide it back through the case. Install one on the front side. You can see. Now you put the diff cup back on it. Just kind of put a little bit of pressure back here on the back side of that pinion. Slide your diff cup on there. Tie it down the head screw. Okay, once you have your diff out of the car, you have 4 screws on the side of the gear itself. I've already removed 2 of them to kind of speed things up a little bit. So I'll remove these other 2 here. Get the 2 halves separated. Now, you'll notice you'll have a big side gear here. You'll want to pull that off. Just slide the pin out of the diff cup. Pull the diff cup off. There's your stock side bearing. You want to install the new Boca bearing. Reinstall the diff cup. You'll have a O-ring that'll go on here. You'll put your shim back on. Reinstall your pin. Then you'll want to go through and put your side gear back on. There's 2 sets of grooves in there. And there your new Boca bearing is installed on the side. Now for the other half, you have 2 small side gears in there. You want to remove those. You have another big side gear. Remove that one. Now the pin on the inside, there's a set screw that'll be right here in this hole. I've already removed it just for this purpose. So reach in there with your needle nose. You'll slide the pin out through this hole. Then the same thing on this side. Slide the diff cup out. Drop your shim and your O-ring down there. New felt on there somewhere. Remove the old bearing. Install the new Boca bearing. Reinstall your diff cup. Spin it around. Your O-ring first. Put it back on the diff cup. Reinstall your shim. Make sure it's seated flush down in there so you can get your pin back in. Now you put your pin back into the side hole here. Line it up with the hole in the diff cup. And sometimes you'll have to hold down the shim on this side and push your pin through. Make sure that's centered up. Reinstall your side gear. Like so. Reinstall your smaller gears. Now we're doing this dry, but you'll want to put diff fluid back in here. And then you'll want to take your two halves, put them back together. Line the 4 holes back up for your screws. You want to go through and snug them all down. Going to run them down just halfway here just to show you. Once they're all in, your diff is now back together and your both bearings are installed. It's ready to be reinstalled back into the car.